some of my top 5 ASMR horror stories. We are taking a TikTok trend and doing this ASMR style, of course. ASMR related, if that. So, sit back, relax, and let's jump into this. Now, first, there could definitely be more than just 5. A lot of creators might sit around and think about it a lot. You know, they might make a list in their head. It's quite possible. You know, you never know. So, number 1, someone requesting spit painting. I know. It's a fear. You know. And yeah. So that kind of leaves me into number 2. We'll talk about this a little further, you know, but let's get number 2 out of the way. Someone getting upset because I won't do it. Because I can't bring myself to do it. Honestly, that kind of goes with anything mouth sounds related, you know, but honestly, mostly that specific trigger. Like, it plays in my head, you know. It's kind of like if you make a mistake watching a horror movie at night, whether you know that you have seen it, maybe some of the previous ones or something, but knowing that you might be laying in bed thinking, why in the world did I watch that? Knowing I might be up all night thinking about it. Knowing that you might go to bed at night and have a nightmare. You know, you find yourself maybe like literally in the movie. You know, you are your own character in that movie. I mean, that's happened with me before. After watching it, you know, the original, when I was a kid, I will always remember going to bed one night and having a nightmare that he was trying to get in our house. And I am literally sitting there on a couch in what I think was like a sunroom. I think it was. In that house. Literally, I get my knees up. Literally trying to hide, knowing damn well that wasn't working. You know, but sometimes in dreams you always wake up the next morning or something and wonder, why did I do that? What could I have done different? You know, again, even though it was only a dream. It happens, you know. Number 3, nobody knowing I hate spit painting. Now, again, you know, just a little bit about my journey. Okay, I know I've mentioned before, but in case you're new. So, I started watching ASMR myself many years before even thinking about getting into it myself. I feel like once it's started to become more popular, you know, started showing up on here, TikTok and whatnot, that's of course when certain triggers started to get introduced to us. That one in particular, again, I can't bring myself to do. I don't enjoy it. I will always describe it as someone chewing with their mouth open. Plus, again, you know, of course you're doing a roleplay or something with it. But I think to myself, why would anyone want to be painted with spit? Ew. So, yeah, it's a fear sometimes. Nobody knowing how much I hate it, how much it's always on that least favorite triggers list. Literally always number one. You know, I might say, well, this could be tied with this and whatnot, but no. I feel like that will always be superior and number one. I can't. No. It's not for me. Number 4, ASMR gets canceled. Because, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean I can't watch some of my favorite videos anymore? Some of my favorite trigger role plays, whatever. What do you mean I can't watch some of my favorite creators? What do you mean they can't watch me anymore? Like, make this make sense. Who hurt you? Who hurt you enough to even do this to begin with? Like, explain this to me. Finally, last but not least, I also might add in a little bonus. So, everyone stops watching ASMR. Now, I hope that I am never that person as I get older. You know? And I hope nobody here stops watching. You know? Because it's like, what am I gonna go to? What am I gonna do in general if I can't sleep at night? If I'm having a hard time, I'm tossing, turning, whatever. Which has honestly happened a lot lately and I hate it. Maybe it's because it's been too freaking hot. Which Mother Nature, let's turn it down, okay? Well, you know what? Let's skip to fall. I can't do this anymore. Whenever you are cooking outside, okay, it's done. Okay, it's time to take it out of the oven. I can't step outside and literally just start sweating. Feeling like I might have a heat stroke. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's definitely a fear. Now let's add in a little bonus here. So we'll call this 6, of course. Running out of videos to even film. I had that written down on here, but I replaced it. I forget with what. But that's also a common fear. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, honestly. You know, you might get to a point, you know, where all these ideas are running through your mind. You know, but there might always be that point where you think, okay, what am I gonna do next? You know, you might try to find some kind of inspiration somewhere. You know, try to make it your own. Or you go back and search through your videos, see what try it. It's a possibility. You know, like, I can't just, I can't sit here and think about it, but I think about it. And I feel like that's normal for us creators, because it's like, okay, what am I gonna put out this upload day and this upload day next? These are things to think about. So these are my top, what was originally 5 turned into 6 ASMR horror stories. I hope you enjoyed. Thumbs it up and subscribe if you did. And as always, stay safe out there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.